Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Alumni Summer Showdown 2026. And I am Kurt, and joining with me today is Shaw. We got some good games going on today. We got some best of two action to come forward, so we got a couple of maps to showcase to you guys. How we doing, Shaw? How we doing? Other than some tech issues on your end and perhaps the stream's end, it's not a good day here.
Yeah, I'm. Tech issues aside, I'm doing perfectly fine. I mean, today we got a pretty interesting match. We got Padgewadgies, who, I mean, last week they had a pretty good showing last week versus Timmy's Daycare, and then it was Catch Me If You Can who played against, was it Munch Bunch?
Munch Bunch.
And even though they lost, they put up a pretty good performance. So I think today should be a pretty good match, all things considered.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to see what both teams are going to be able to, take with us, because it was a pretty good game. And we saw a little bit of a slow game last week in terms of it didn't go well for Timmy's Daycare, but maybe they can extend some of this Padgewadgies and get a great game going on here as we are onto Cash, the namesake coming in true and starting us off here.
I'm wondering who picked this, because I remember last week, Catch Me If You Can actually banned Cash.
Yeah, we had issues with our veto, so sadly we can't check that. I don't think there's some external done, but here trying to break out a mid here is going to successfully do so. But great shot here from Daz is going to mean a kill, and they're just going to continue to breaking through onto the side here, just closing up towards the quad, trying to take these fights here, and they are going to be able to get enough trades to leave it in a 4v2. And it's looking good for the CTs right now, and they do finish it out with a couple of extra kills. That's a 1-0 start, and it is looking quite good.
I just, for a second there, I was actually confused why he wasn't getting shot from highway. But yeah, it's a defensive smoke. Kind of just completely breaks up the push, actually. Completely splits it in two, and able to take very isolated fights there. So, good utility on the pistol round from Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, great way to start it. I have seen T's throw that smoke themselves usually, but it's usually at the start of the round to get early access into mid to try to push in. But if you're doing an actual split towards A, it just segregates you off and makes it so much more difficult there. So I assume it was thrown by the CTs. But now in the second round, we're looking to see Catch Me If You Can trying to find success here. They have the weaponry. They have some second round MP9s, FAMASs. They should be good to take this out of the hands, but some deagles, some pistols could potentially put in work.
I think they know the nature might be here.
Yeah, there was a lot of noise.
Oh, well, that utility definitely didn't know. Are they keeping up? I'm gonna change it. Camera. Oh, got off. And cooler. Gets the first one, but kind of messy on the second. Fast vent. Player that was so quickly up in vent. Did he get a couple back? And this is looking like a bit of a cleaner end to this round.
It was a couple of kills. Yeah, they did pick up a couple of kills there for Padgewadgies. Make it a little bit more honest, so that the economy doesn't just completely go up, but get that 2-0 start in the end, and that brings into this third round. It is going to hopefully be a bit more competitive here, but they did invest a little bit, the T's, so it's going to actually be costly for Padgewadgies, as the util's going to be a little bit lesser than you'd want. Oh, and that early molly just keeps them off of boost. They do get delayed doing it, and it doesn't get anything here. Some aggression as well. So across the board, they're making very proactive plays here for Catch Me If You Can. Maybe the first week they just weren't ready to have it in the pool. They weren't happy with their strats and their play here. They seem happy with it.
Padgewadgies not able to get much for the first minute or so. Just waiting to see if there's any real reaction from if he can. But they're playing so defensively with such a passive op. Are they're boosting on A site as well.
Yeah, very deep on both sides as well. You see on the B side, they're both stacked on it as well. So either side is ready for some kind of burst out plays here. And without utility, it's going to be so hard to get them out of those positions. And the op can try to rotate around. Well, that nade is mistimed potentially. And the headshots do come in. They don't need the utility. Instead, they just take the shots off. The op's only going to tag onto Padge. And this might be a locked out round for Catch Me If You Can if they're not able to recover this. They have some utility though. They have some kits. It's all about these peaks here. Shots fired, but not going to find any kills here, and the op gets taken down. So in the 2v4, this will be tough here. They might just save out this op on the rifle. They get one of the AKs as well, so that is going to be Padgewadgies on the board, and that op might not get saved in the end either. Trying to dodge the bullets, they are going to get away.
Yeah, one of the advantages of playing so passive is, yes, Padgewadgies didn't necessarily have the utility. But one of the disadvantages is that, well, you don't actually know where the hit's coming from. So when they do start trying to flood the site, there's no real time to react to throw down the utility, whatever utility you have.
Yeah, they were getting pushed upon when that nade was in hand, and they just didn't get an opportunity to recover.
So quickly. That's exactly what I saw. They just got run over on the site.
Exactly. Then we'll see if they can turn this into a string of rounds, or if there will be recovery. Catch Me You Can. They were able to save. They saved that up, and it is going to be a thrown over glass cannon here. Still keeping a little bit of economy, but a couple of rifles in play here. An MP9 pushed up is going to be good for the first, and he keeps alive as well and sticks to his guns. Great position to have them held in as well. And he has the backup to keep it up. So first pick on the table, another smoke gets thrown down. It gives them time to either pull back or, as it looks like, push in and make sure that they have control of Garage.
This loss of map control is forcing Padgewadgies' hands pretty early. I say pretty early, it's about halfway into the round. But even still, they don't feel comfortable trying to default. So they're just going for the exit onto the A side. But there's 3 people already here.
Yeah, that's going to be one taken out, and they're going to continue to go in. The quad position is going to be a triple up, though. Jake just takes all the kills off the board. That is a phenomenal way to do it, but really good moments from them. You know, they take the proactivity towards mid, they get the pick, and they stick around. They make sure that they know it's not going to be a split play towards either A or B, and it means that that A stack is just going to be facing against door and main, and they have the weaponry for it, they have the positions for it, and they just take it through to get the third.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was just a gamble call, or if they knew they were going there.
Maybe steps heard in the garage.
Maybe.
But this round's off to a much worse start here. The Deagles in mid, they instantly get the kill out. So that's straight away down to a 4v5. That is some recovered weaponry as well, on top of what they've already forced out.
Crossfire. There's too many angles for Jake to worry about. Wait, there's another players here.
Oh, that Molly's spread a little bit. They know he's in the corner. They saw the damage being dealt. So now, can he escape here? He is going to pop a smoke to do it. That nade forward isn't going to be enough to finish him out. So they're able to retreat here. And now the terrorists are just spreading out towards B instead. Repositioning, reconfiguring. And it looks like they're going to try to assault it here. But the op is stone ready to take at least one of the fights here, and they're going to continue to do so. They lose their backup, but now it's into a 2v2. As the site is free, the bomb should be able to go down as they cross on over. But this is a good position for the CTs as well. They have a Molotov, they have all of these kits, but that is a great op shot from Liam as well. down to just the 1 versus 2. The Molotov didn't clear anyone out, and now just an M4 and a kit. So he has the time to play with here, and he's just going to slow walk his way. And Padge is going to find him out. So the second round on the board for Padgewadgies, and catch me if you can. They had a moment where they knew what was going on. They had some known positions towards mid, but they just couldn't capitalize off it.
Yeah, they're relatively quick to act on that, Padgewadgies. Considering if they waited a second longer, like, catch me if you can, we're actually pushing into A main, and they had the info. They saw there's no one there, and they were already rotating. But if they waited a second longer, Padgewadgies, then they'll be walking into another stack as Liam, he just swings out mid. Yeah, it's filthy one tap. They also catch the player pushing into A main and recoup it some space. And it's looking rough for catch me if you can this round.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, and they found their success on the B side each and every time. Just sitting in the molly, hits the deagle shot, commits their life to the flames, and still finds one. Now that's the commitment there.
Bomb has been planted.
There's not much Jay can do. Let's see if he can find potential lurker in towards mid. There is someone here, but doesn't get the info that he's actually there. He has a scout, but I'm not sure if that's worth saving. He gets one. I'm not expecting the other person up close. And we'll get traded out in the end. So we are now tied up here.
Yeah, that's surprisingly close. They've been able to keep this, you know? It's been some good rounds. It's always been these B hits. That's where they've been finding each and every round of success. A has not been able to be broken into at all, but B has been lacking a little bit, and so that's the 3 times they've hit it, they've been able to break into the site. The retake has felt impossible, and maybe they've caught on to that. Maybe they've realized that is a little bit of a weak point they can capitalize off of in the mid rounds, because they have been pretty good at getting these early fights towards mid at the very least, you know, taking some mid control and trying to push that into something else.
Yeah, I think Catch Me If You Can has recognized that, you know, once they lose this mid control, Padgewadgies is very fast to just hit on the B side, to hit in whatever side. They've taken a tactical timeout. Maybe see if they can, I would guess, maybe contest for it more. Or to have a different protocol set up. Because it's these past couple rounds have been kind of like dominoes. In a sense that that initial mid control is lost. And then from there, it doesn't feel like they have much input.
No, once they do lose that, it seems to be completely lost. And yeah, look, 4 players already towards B. They have one towards A here as well, that they're pushing a little bit forward and playing a little bit slow. But the CTs instead, what they've opted for is this full mid and A setup that they're keeping going here. There's just one player alone on B, so they could potentially catch them off. These terrorists, they do have so much utility on hand as well.
They're actually pushing to it. To that bounce position. A lot of damage done already. Even more. Oh! What was that? What was that from half? He must have seen him through the wall. Jake and don't take the player picking out A main. I believe that's a player down towards mid. I mean, past couple rounds have just been B hits, but this time they have the 3 people here. They're not looking to give this up. Nice pullback from half. Up close. But not able to do anything with the Glock. Ask me if you can, immediately pulling it back around after that tactical timeout.
Yeah, that was very good adaptation from them to prevent the push on in. So, and staying alive with 3 is so important to keep that economy up. So 4-3, they're able to keep the lead held on at the very least. They're not giving it away. Might get tied up at 3-3, but they're bouncing back. They've recovered some AKs as well. So great situation to be in. And now, if you are Padgewadgies, how do you adjust here now that the game plan has fallen? The B play, well, I guess hit a headshot here. The op is still so good right now. And we're as well finding a kill towards B. But now down into this 3 versus 3. Make that 2 as the op finds 1. The AK pushing down is going to be able to get another. Jake now pulling back as well towards A. So this op could potentially get taken or could find a target if they're not careful on this peak, especially if they're just going to jiggle it. Oh, taking it. Oh, nice hit to be able to take that over. I think he's going to assume that there's at least a bit of a gap in the defense now. Hopefully going to be able to plant here for the terrorists or even go aggressive and take this fight. It's looking like peeking around, looking to just wait them out. They know the bomb hasn't been planted, so there's no real expediency that is required right now.
We'll finally get one down. The 1v2 post plant. Oh. Maybe I'm to find it. Oh, flash to the face. Enough of that, I think. You've been able to bring it into 1v1. He's not expecting to play up close. Well, now he is. Goes for the no-scope, but doesn't hit it. That's another round for Catch Me If You Can. 5-3. It was almost a bit dicey there. But they do pull it back. Oh. They understand that it's a clutch situation and there's only so many places he can be. It's hard for him to really leave the site.
Yeah, very much got locked in there.
A very good flash, actually. I can't remember who threw that. Yeah, I think that flash kind of saved the retake, honestly.
Yeah, I think without that, it very easily could have, as you said, broken on that 1v1. This time around, though, the op is just going to be tested by an aggression of pistols, flash thrown in to try to slow them down here, but he might not need it. The 2 deagle shots hit as well. It's not just the op. They get the kills, and now they can just recover it straight away again, keeping up their double op setup, stopping the pistols completely, and getting themselves now 6. After that timeout, they've completely reinvigorated themselves. They've found the energy they needed. And they've just been pushing forward on the CT side. Another 3 rounds to go, but it's looking good. They at least have an even half.
These are done so well so far. 12-4. There's kills and deaths. In that last round, he was basically alone. He took a very aggressive angle early, but pace of the T's was faster than I think the CTs were prepared for. We're prepared to rotate for. A very good job from him defending that horde enough to let the rotate come in. Seeing more mid aggression. Is that a wallbang? Oh, I think I can't remember who did that wallbang. I saw that on Reddit, I think.
Yeah, I think there was. I don't remember the exact spot.
I think it's Hobbit doing that wallbang. I think. Dude, that doesn't make sense. Was it against James? I can't remember. But yeah, there's a wallbang onto the box there. Just tap away with an AK. Very good damage. Fast B hit. Very explosive B hit comes in, and Well, there's only one player in the site. So we will be able to take him down and put the bomb down. Man disadvantage. And also health disadvantage. And Cooler getting an initial op kill. Getting a second one. Like it's only a sliver of him was poking out there. One for more. He does a good job of not dying there, but he can't go for this. So he will back off and save the op. Is he alive? Oh, does not get out in time.
I'm not quite able to escape here. Playing off the new bomb explosion. Still not able to find the position.
Just very explosive. Hit from the cheese there. Kind of catch me if you can off guard. There's just some good opping. Not much to say about it there. Oh, take it to 4. Making intentions very clear that you're going for a main space. However, early into the half, we were talking about how the mid control allowed Padgewadgies to essentially just completely overwhelm the B site. So we'll see if that happens again. Oh, I have to get ready for a main aggression. That's a bit overzealous there. Catch me if you can.
Yeah, and it's going to be costly going in this round, but they're still so heavily placed towards A here. No mid presence whatsoever left. Just trying to stay on the sides here with some of this lesser weaponry with just that deagle on one player. They do have the right spread.
Overwhelm the three sides.
This position so crucial. Oh, finding nothing there is heartbreaking. That just locks the side up, and it might just have to save, especially if they can't find anything here. That op is absolutely pivotal going into this last. With the money they have, be impossible to do anything next round. Even a recovery. Oh, and he's locked out now as well. Yeah, reloading the op, but look at everyone coming. They have the money to invest here. I think removing that op is so much more important. They don't even lose one of their own players at the cost of it either.
I wonder what the discussion has been like for Catch Me If You Can. Because after the timeout, they went for a lot of mid aggression. They were really fighting to hold on to that base. And it worked really well. They started to pivot away from that. Well, it's not worked out. Padgewadgies looking to tie up the series going to the going into the second half. Ask me if you can. Understanding now that yeah, the mid aggression worked out. So we'll go back to that. But they do have the lesser weaponry.
They get the info though. They're picked up. Oh, peeking through the door is going to be costly though. The deagle takes a shot. Jake takes a head off. And so they've turned this at least into a man advantage though. The weaponry's still not there. This close MP9 to garage could be something if they get a little bit overzealous towards mid, but it looks like they might be pivoting back to B, which is exactly where they're going to find just a pistol waiting on the side. It's just going to be a lone deagle. So this could be an absolutely atrocious place for the CTs to find themselves in.
The op is just walking out onto A. But it's managed to sell it. It kept the people there. He kept most of Catch Me If You Can out there, and a very quick kill on the B, and that's the site gone. They don't have a kit for this retake. Unless if the B defender had a kit.
No, there was no kits in the round, so that's going to be the bomb plant. That feels like it should perhaps set the round in stone if no kills are found, but we do get a trade back, at the very least, towards checkers. So now down to this 3 versus 3, there is a player towards A main, but that might actually be a negative if they're able to take out both site players. It's looking like it could be a 7th. It's planted backside, so it is fairly open. It's about this off finding the shots here. Hits the first, the second needs to be gotten. Isn't going to get the diffuser. That pistol finishes them out 7-5 on a round that looks like it should have been Padgewadgies every single day of the week.
What happened in that retake there? It felt like the op was just so far away from actually helping hold the crosses into the site. But it was just nice shots being hit from Padgewadgies. No, wait, no. From Catch Me If You Can, sorry. So they will be able to get the lead going into the half. Are they going for a fake? No, I think they're going for a B split. Yeah, 2 players will go down the vent. Go through the vents. And there's only 2 players here. So they... Oh, nice shot. Less than half.
Now they're getting a little bit troubling on these shots, but it looks like it's going to succeed at the very least for the CT so far here. Especially coming in from the heaven, it's just going to finish out in the end as well. They might not have won the last round of the previous half, but going into the second, Padgewadgies are going to get their 6th.
They made a lot of sound, and then I think the first 2 people in that hit got taken out basically instantly. So it slowed down the push enough. And Catch Me If You Can. And it allowed the rotate in, and after that it was just a meat grinder. Now Catch Me If You Can, forced to stay on the pistols. See, they all head towards A here. That's a very deep smoke, and it should signal to Catch Me If You Can that there's definitely people pushed up in A main. So it might be a bit hard to actually take this bit. It might be very hard to take this site. But they'll just exit that. Let's just go down. But they have to be basically everywhere. Gets space, but it's just taken down. It's just such a fast retake. No space given, and they just accept. Wait, and they're so comfortable, and they're taking that retake just head on. Try it up again.
Yes, sir. 7-7 is absolutely crucial here to have picked up. Now, can they extend it, though? 3rd round of the second half does mean that the weaponry is going to be on to the terrace now, especially with that bomb plant. So, full utility across the board for everyone. So, this is really going to be the test for both sides to see who can really take it over the line here on this new half. And we'll see, Yeah, I was looking at some of the other games as well. I think Munch Bunch have been just winning out versus Silver Scrapers. Is it Silver Smurfers? So they're on their second map, and it's already looking like Munch Bunch are in a great position to take it. So I'll have to keep an eye on that one. But right here, right now, it is going to be Padgewadgies opening up the round with that kill in the A main. That's a massive one to take. It means you know that there's not full aggression going on right there. And the shots toward Boots as well, forcing someone to drop. is important to just keep your control here towards mid. They're playing so proactive this time around.
Not much space they have, so they're just gonna have to commit to just a straight execute. We'll slow things down, and Padgewadgies not seeing anything mid. I've decided to stack 3 players on the B side. But the barrage of utility is forcing if we can away. There's only 1 player on the A side. They're gonna hear this now,
Yeah.
but it's all on this 1A defender. Liam, does it good to get one and drops the molly. He walks into his own molly, but not before taking another one out. And all in Zombinator, but he's traded out so quickly.
Yeah, that was Liam with a 4K as well. They got 5 kills on the round, but the last one was themselves. Is the only issue. Everything else though was on them, and they did a fantastic job in keeping that. They got the opener early, and then they held on the site all by themselves while the rotates ran in.
The end. Just means we can end up making a lot of noise. So I'm just so ready for that. Even if there's a molly at his feet, he'd delay even more. Counter-terrorist timeout is very interesting considering they've been winning.
Yeah, they've had the momentum all in their favor here, and so curious decision. Maybe they just needed a moment after that 4K. Liam just taking a second.
Maybe they're trying to figure out what the economy is looking like. Very interesting use of a double tack timeout.
Like so much, you need to go to the bathroom. That's what it's feeling like.
I wonder if Cooler actually had to go to the toilet or something. Because he wasn't buying up earlier.
Whatever it was, we're back into the game. Round 16 on the board. And it's looking good for Padgewadgies just to be able to take maybe round number 9 for themselves. They have the better weaponry. They're up against pistols.
Grenade.
You'd hope they can do it.
So much and just so much spam, so much utility. It's hard to even set a foot outside of the foot into mid. And it's round basically done already. Blocked out of the bomb, which is on the other side of this wall. Let's get one. Don't worry. I I think the volley is a bit disrespectful. But nevertheless, Padgewadgies will be up 9-7, up 2 rounds now.
Yeah, it's looking really, really good.
Actually, I think about was last round the first round they had a lead? Which one's that? I think it might have been.
Yes. They've had no lead all game, I believe. Kashmir Ken was ahead, and then the best we got was the 3-3 even up before that.
The utility is definitely interesting. Considering they're going very slowly on this. They're still signaling that they're coming here. So there's 3 players rotated here already. They just thrown a bunch of utility, signaling to the enemy team that are here. And what is that half? Like, they'll take down 2 before getting 2 down as well. Oh, nice swing out from Brandon. Now, it's a 1v2 retake scenario. He has the money, so he should be going for this. So he'll slowly scale up. Not being met with any resistance for now. Not expecting the AWP inside main. That is the first round this half. Catch me if you can.
Yeah, and it looked really, really good for them as well. So I'm excited to see how they can continue to adjust and how the CTs are going to bounce back here, because that's the first round loss they've had this half. So let's see what they do now that they're not in winning ways and how they want to change up their playstyle to account for that.
But also something I think is worth mentioning is that Padgewadgies still had, I believe it was 2 FAMASs that round. They didn't even have a full weapon. It's so close. I think part of that round was, yes, they hit some, yes, Kashmir if you can hit some nice shots, but also they were making it very clear that they're going to hit the A site. And Padgewadgies kind of rotated off at some point. That's the fact they kept showing that they were there. Getting mid control basically uncontested. One player slowly creeping up on the highway. And oh, and there's only one player on the side here, and this is getting dicey.
Yeah, it very much is, and going to continue to do that. There is a kill back from Remus, but now 1 left isn't going to be enough to do anything. So what was a small lead built up has quickly fallen back away into a 9-9 position here. This game of cash is very, very close from both sides, just bouncing back and forth, and that is the last timeout of the game to be popped here. I think the other game has finished up between Munch Bunch and the Silver Smurfers. It was a 13-0 on map 1 and a 13-3 on map 2. So they found a bit more success on Nuke. They found a little bit more success on Nuke than they did on Ancient, the first map.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought they ended earlier because I believe that's a player from Silver Smurfers. Typed GG into the comments.
Yeah,
It must be that
I think
one,
it's between maps. But here in the match we are playing here on Cash between Padgewadgies and Catch Me If You Can, and Cash is going either way right now. 9-9, but it's looking to be a lead gained for Catch Me If You Can, as they're the one with the weapons. They're up against the pistols, but there is some great proactivity here, pushing through Squeaky Door, looking for a boost here that I think failed, that they're now pulling back in. Maybe find some kills here, but it's such a slow, methodical play right now. They're not overextending. They are going to find the first kill, though.
They're not going to take any space off of that initially. Not wanting to give away the man advantage, probably. So there's an utility towards mid to clear out the close core, the close cubby. But they don't necessarily want to clear out themselves, as they just want to go straight into the hit. It looks like 40 seconds left-ish. Zombinator just peeks onto B. It's 2 kills before being taken down by Padge. And while he's out in the open, I wonder what happened there. I think he just walked out and took the fights.
Bomb has been planted.
It's looking like an impossible retake here, and well, they know where he is now. He's making a lot of sound. It looks like they're hunting for the pistol.
Terrorists win.
They will take him down in the end. And the lead has swung back into Catch Me If You Can. Even.
Round 20. It's going to start off with a bloodbath over towards mid here, trying to run through the smoke, even with flashes aboard, is not going to end well for Catch Me If You Can. Taking 2 casualties and another one as well towards B, that op taking fire. And now 5 versus 2. Still so much time left in the round, and they're just stuck out of it.
Very interesting call there from Catch Me If You Can. They got tagged up in the smoke, and you know, the first person in, I can maybe be like, okay, well, he just got unlucky. He's got screwed over by all the utility. The second player following in, he must have just been too close to bail out.
Yeah, there was
from
the
there.
flash as well.
I wonder how much utility came in from what do we call it? Catch Me If You Can. Well, they look like they're like, okay, well, there's 2 people running out. Those are some free kills. That's hard. Oh, Dazer. Dazer. Quick adjust on the patch. I'm not sure he's expecting to play tucked in like this. As once again, we are tied up at 10-10.
Yeah, this is going long. This one is.
Oh, their match is already done. A lot of people in towards A. Looks like they're going to be going for a very fast hit. Unlike last time, they're not going to be dumping all the utility immediately. I like this a lot more. Of course, there is a player on highway, so they can have a very fast rotate in, actually. Ability's one. Well, that's a side just taken down so quickly.
Bomb has been planted.
4v3 post plant now. The players are low. The nade will not connect. Traffic almost getting over the smoke. There's one taken down. There's a second taken down. Back. That's the hide. He's split up with his teammate, and they're all low. Just taking this. Can you get him?
Terrorists win.
Oh, was hopeful, but no.
Look at this is being. Not good for Padgewadgies, so they're just gonna back towards mid. They're gonna go for boost, for counter boost actually. You're not seeing this. Looking for it. The Molly's gonna get him. The Molly's gonna get Padgy. Padge.
Yeah, he's just Padge. So now down here, oh, the fighting going on here. The Padge can be able to like, take some with the pistols, but the T's have found the site here. But still into a 3 versus 2 here. There's a man advantage in favor of the CTs. They got a couple of angles to play with. That smoke is going to go far too deep, but the op is still going to hit some shots here towards quad. We're going to have some great positions here, and the T's are able to at least take some down here. Down to the 1 versus 1 Padge. Has a nade here that he's ready to throw. I don't know if that's going to be the deepest enough, and swinging with it isn't going to be it. The op finds the kill, finds 12, and the T's are on the cusp of taking it here.
It's a bit dicey there. An open quad is one of the scariest things you can see on this map, I think. Able to isolate those angles so effectively. And it's just so... They didn't have the utility to really get him off that angle. They have match points. Match point. They're far from over. Let's take another fast A hit. Most likely. Oh. Wait, actually. Is it? Potentially. Two of them are gonna slowly work middle. Let's see if there's anything there.
Yeah, they've gotten some good setup here towards A here, but it's just can they quit here? They don't have any advantage in terms of men, but they have the util to at least force some moments forward. Padge is in a position to take out Zombinator though. 5 versus 4 in favor of the CTs. They're going to need to just burst out here with 25 seconds to go here, and it's not looking clean so far. Dropping down though. Cooler 2K is going to be good for 3 instead. And now just down to Dazed. That op in hand. Can't get it. Needs to wait a second for the crouch reset. But 10 seconds remaining. This has to be it. No way to do it here. Positions for the shot, but cannot find it. 4 survive, 11 on the board, and Cash Me If You Can extending out a little bit longer here. They're not taking the game just yet here as Padgewadgie looking to fight it.
What was that falling spray and just a magical headshot out of nowhere? And then he just continues and somehow gets another 2 off of that. What was that? It was luck on his side. But also he had his teammates there. Oh, even if he didn't get that. Still potentially fine. Coming in, considering they only have pistols on a single Galil. I say this though. Oh, they almost get rematched, and we're going to overtime on the first map of this series.
Yeah, we're continuing to play it out here and going straight into this. Let's see what they can do here. Staying on the same side, still Cash Me If You Can on the T side. Padgewadgie's on the CT. But can we see them get consistent once more? That was a 7-5 start for Cash Me If You Can that they weren't able to get over the line, but they were able to pull back.
This has been such a back and forth map. I think the biggest lead change in this match was what? It feels like it was only like 2 or 3 rounds. As they's instantly punishing the A main push, I believe that is. It's not missing, so there are a lot of pads to just set mid here. Does allow them to scale up? Oh, I thought it allowed them.
No,
What's
it doesn't.
happening in A main?
A-main, there was 2 people pushed on in, but Jake takes out both of them. Patch falls in mid as well. He's able to get the 1, but the follow-up isn't there. So the T's, they should be good for their 13th here. They get the bomb down. I think we only have, is it 10k
Yeah,
for our
10K.
OT? It's 10k. So the money's actually an important one to keep in mind for the CTs, especially. So saving this M4, if you can, is not the worst idea here. They're going to start off with a kill, though, and maybe that puts the accelerator. He also didn't take any damage. Going to recover the AK and just going to turn tail here. Going to wait out that clock.
I thought they were going to go for the hunt, but they also have to conserve their own money as well. And Cash Me If You Can. Although, first round of overtime does go their way.
Terrorists win.
He's online.
He's online.
Now, that is a phenomenal start to get us in. Oh, not disturb. See everything.
Everything. Oh.
But going into this is a huge round, because if the CTs lose this, they're going to be, for the most part, out of money. That saved rifle will mitigate, but they need to try to win this out and win it convincingly as well, because they need to keep it up on this. They don't want to give away any more rounds, if possible, here.
I mean, if they save what the AWP and 2 rifles, I think they should be able to get another buy, actually. But, well, that's a question for the future. Counter-Strike is a very unpredictable beast.
Very much so, and right now, both teams just playing it out very slowly, whittling down a lot of that CT utility especially. The T's haven't had to do much to hinder them here. But they're positioning towards what looks to be a mid to A kind of split here. They don't have the bomb on hand. I'm going to
Just
note
runs out
that
to
one,
A.
though. I don't think they have a bomb in their hands, but they're just going to take the site. Going to take 1, 2, 3. So many of those kills go their way, but they need to redirect one of the mid players to go get that bomb. So it might be a 2v4, but the time is going to be very, very wide open. That smoke is going to slow down even more. That op is in a stuck situation right now here. But it might just have to be a save. Once that bomb goes down, walking through the smoke, though. Not going to see it. The scope going to obscure the vision. Great shot onto the car player. But now in this 3 versus 1, how do you break out of this? You have a Molotov to open
He
up
can.
some
I think he has
player.
to save his rifle. But he feels pressure to go for the retake.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so they are able to get 2 people full. Question if they want the op in there as well.
I feel like I missed a lot of that round. I was just so focused on the we'll miss smoke there. I was just so focused on the player that just ran out A. There was no smokes or anything. He just runs out. And I missed a lot of the round, but it feels like he got so much attention.
Yeah, it really, really does feel like that. But once again, we're playing it very, very slow here. Seeing what they can do here, but finding the openings is going to be Zombinator onto B site. As quick as it starts, the speediness happens. Their breakout onto the B site. We can see exactly what's going on here. They push a little bit aggressively there, but still it's a 4 versus 2. The bomb is planted, and now, once again, the CTs are locked away, and this overtime has gone all the way to the terrorists so far, so they need to try to change their fate now. And that is not the way to begin it here. A flank is going to lead with 1, but now the double up Liam needs to get this 1v4 finish, but 2 more players remain. The side player is going to miss it out. The op shot does not hit. The main player just waiting it out. That Molly's going to take its time to pop. And he's just not able to find it so far. He has a kit available, running through his own Molly, and is eventually going to fall. That's the second time Liam dies to his own Molly, and this time it's going to be a catastrophic one. Not able to find more in that 1v4, and now they need to get a perfect half just to get us to a second overtime.
I wonder if the play was to throw the Molly towards main there, and then just try to rush down the player on site. Because he's got a bit of info there that.
There it goes.
Oh, hopefully nothing great. Oh, big round here, big round start from Padgewadgies. They just rush out your mid and get a 2-man advantage just instantly. They'll prompt, actually if you can, to push towards B to try and get something back. And they will find one. But they know there's 2 players here, so they should be, it feels like they should be going for an A hit at some point. And they can cut off the rotate as well. And Liam just not really expecting the player. He's ready for it, but Jake gets the kill first. He's with the deagle kill. I think he missed the op shot initially. The Padgewadgies can get into B.
Yeah, this is a close one. Both of them going to come from the CT side. They do have a lot of utility on hand. They do have both kits. This op might be more of a hindrance than a help at this current moment. But maybe they can find the angle they need. Multiple Molotovs is going to be able to clear out this site as best as they can. But is it enough? Doesn't catch a glimpse in the cubby, just sitting back. We see the outline. They do not. And it's just going to be how do they stop it. Jake checking his corners, but not quite. But that doesn't matter. He hits the head. He spams through the smoke. He goes for the defuse, and that is going to be 16. Cash me if you can. Win the round, win the overtime, and win the game 16-12. What a crazy turn of events there. It looked like he shouldn't be ready, but instead he takes it over. That is a crazy way to end out what was already a crazy game. Both sides bring so many phenomenal rounds, but in the end, Cash me if you can's your name. Cash is your map. They might have banned it last week for some reason, but it was to set expectations, I guess. I don't know.
I am in utter shock at that last round. Padgewadgies started off so well in that round, and then it goes so poorly, and then they pull it back somewhat, and then it looks like they have the round just shut out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal game to see, and we're such a close one.
We still have
But
2
that
maps
will be all
potentially.
for yeah. Well, we're only doing best of twos, so it's
Oh, it's best of
one
2.
more map.
One more.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
best.
Okay.
We have a definite. Yeah, so I think we're getting straight into the second game. Hopefully, quick readies up. I think just checking the game specifically to confirm what our second map is, because I believe it was it Ancient? I'm unsure. Inferno. I think I was looking at the other game. There was a lot of vetoes that happened very automatically over the past couple hours, so don't blame me. Yeah, and while we wait for the players to get in, for us to get all ready and set, we will run it to a short break, but afterwards we will run to Inferno to see if we can have just as exciting a game for round 2. See you in a moment.
And we are
And we are-
back. Oh,
And we're
sorry.
back. Yeah, sorry. We're back.
We're back.
as we
I
both
wasn't sure
just
if you
said.
wanted to do it.
Yeah, I probably should. Anyways, map 2, we're going on to Inferno. The knife round has been done. We are going straight into the game here. We are going to see who can take it here. Catch Me If You Can taking their map. Well, I don't know if it's their map pick, but the map pick of Cash. It's in their name, so I'm going to guess so. And pushing up here, trying to see if they can replicate something.
Even heard, but these were just peek down mid and oh, I think it was a one tap in the bottom of the T round. So that's an opening kill. And they do have the stack in the right place as Dazo with the USB gets another one. Was able to fall off.
Yeah, but they've trapped them towards long here. They've pushed to up banana, so they have full control. They know they can't pull back, and they've gotten control of library and arches so that they know they can't escape from there. So they're really trapped in the ways. And now it's just a question of where they're going to try to make their way out. Pushing out towards Arch. It is going to be Remus, but his teammate is going to fall towards mid with that bomb down. It's a 1 versus 5. He has full HP and armor, but he's up against an onslaught of counter-terrorists here. Catch Me If You Can. Looking strong. Oh, that turnaround. Catches a glimpse, though. They know the bomb is back in hand. But is he going to be able to escape back here? Peeking out through the apartments. Taking these fights. It feels like it's all steaded. Yeah, I don't know if he can break out anywhere. Try to get some kills, though, would be an important one, but instead they don't get anything. No players dying for the counter-terrorists is a big one here. Means they're going to have a lot of extra money if they keep with some of this armor and things. They don't have to rebuy as much necessarily, especially if they didn't get hit.
Additionally, no bomb plant for the cheese. Means they're going to be stuck on pistols here. I said that, but one of them does buy up a scout. The rest do stay on pistols. So. They're gonna set up that bottom around. Very fast aggression. Banana will leave. I've forgotten who's on which team. Padgewadgies on the T side. We'll leave Padgewadgies low. Already, before they even get to see anyone really. Molly will slow down even more. And another smoke. Catch Me If You Can. They are basically out of utility on that B side, but how much does that matter when they're so low already? Padgewadgies is already so low. Will be a slow walk up and it's just such a quick cleanup from the crossfire on top of the banana. I mean, the utility damage did a lot for them at the start there.
It really did, but no death so far for the counter-terrorists. 2 rounds in. That's going to be such a big boost to the economy and how it's going here. And the T's, 2 rounds in a row, no bomb planted on those losses. So now they buy up, but they don't have much to their name. So how will they adjust to make up for that, being up against so much utility and such a util heavy map as in Inferno? They're using what they can here though to try to force some positions here. Smoking off short quickly. Looking like they just want to burst out towards long here. It is just a scout here that they have to face off against, so it can't kill much, but the M4 can. The spam is fantastic. Jake ended the last map with some spam through smoke, and starting off this game with some of it. They can kill back though, the terrorists, but the MP9 swinging out low HP Remus. And that's the bomb down. It might be one player that has the B site free to himself, but without the bomb, it's not going to mean much. Does recover that flash that was dropped for the counter-terrorist, so, you know, a little bit of something across it.
Doesn't feel like they know he's here. That is a possibility. Only now.
No, I think
that back to that mall, he's going to give it away.
Yeah, he doesn't know that they don't know, but now he does get the bomb, and he can just try to run away here.
Drops smoke, drops flash. Does cross, but I mean, utility means he doesn't have
that's some money.
To defend himself here.
Oh, no. Oh, he's not even going to get it down, though. Fighting for this, gets the first. They have time to regroup here. One comes from Banana as well. Gonna have to pop it 30 seconds on the clock here. Not going to commit to it once more. Don't have to be ready for the player to swing out. You are not. And so instead, that is going to be a 3-0 start for the counter-terrorists. No bomb plant once again. But finally some kills on the board for the terrorists.
A bit optimistic there from Padgewadgies. Assuming, okay, if we just smoke off short, we'll be able to just charge up long without any resistance from short. And Jake just says, well, I can just spam the smoke. That's 2. I think it does a lot of damage to third as well. I think they tried to go into CT as well. But there's so many angles you have to clear out. And some of the BCTs were already rotating. Just resistance mesh at all points away. Boy's good. Padge, bit of a messy spam with a deagle. Doesn't find anyone. Does some damage, but some damage is not a kill. Such deep banana is taken from if you can. They're all pushed on the angle. But the site's free. Did you get the bomb down? I'm just like, oh, cooler.
Heartbreaking to lose that.
Yeah.
So the bomb may be down, but in this 2 versus 4, they're going to need to find some miracles here. Over to the graveyard, you're not as safe as you want to be on those stairs, and Day's just going to take both here. One with the op, one with the deagle, and that is a 4-0 start. The momentum that comes in from that first map win is coming up completely here. That is a bomb plant, though, with a full loss bonus, so it will be a buy up here off the back of those pistols.
This is not the best round from both sides. They had a player push down banana so deep, and yet they had a player rotating back. B, catch me if you can. Padgewadgies. I'm not sure if graveyard is the best post plant position, considering how shallow it is. Considering you only have like what, a deagle or check 9 there. I prefer to see them play a bit closer up. He just gets a fight in the pit. Padgewadgies able to take the site, but it is still a 2v3 post plant for them. And still a decent round of utility left for Catch Me If You Can. Molly for pit would be nice. But will it go to clear backside? Wait, it's one of the players. Kills just come instantly.
Yeah,
There's catch me can up to 5.
Yeah, and a very convincing 5 as well. It hasn't really felt much like there's been much fight to contest that by Padgewadgies. You know, we had a 1v3 that attempted to do something. But other than that, everything else has been difficult. Even when they get the bomb plants, it isn't these good situations they put themselves into.
No tactical timeouts have been taken either, which is their last game. Padgewadgies, I'd not say had the best tactical timeout decisions. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a useful tool in the league. Now here, you're down 5 rounds off the trot. Feels like you should be going for something. You should be going for a tactical timeout, but instead they just go, hey, that's just hit banana. It is a different look, but how successful that'll be, only time will tell. Oh, nice nade on the Zombinator in CG. It gets spammed out as well. I wonder. Lurk does die towards A, but the hit coming in for B. I believe Shane will be smoked out here. He is. There's only one player in the side here. And he's taken down basically instantly, so side's basically free. I want to see. They have a lot of utility actually to get inside, but they still have a smoke. And with that, they should be able to focus on these sole choke points. Sole choke points here. Of Church. Jane does good to find the first one. There's like so much you have to clear out. Kills just him flooding in.
Yeah, that's just so quick as ever. The spam is going to get through the smoke to get a couple of kills, but they're standing in line. They're playing protection. They're playing bodyguard. And instead, that's going to be a 6-0 start.
This is a completely different tone from the last map. I mean, props to Padgewadgies. They've been able to get a decent amount of post plants. It's just actually winning those post plants seems to be the problem. With that aggression coming out from Zombinator. The nade does find its moment. Nade back. Wow. After trying to push the smoke. We'll just jump in.
They're just going to find the kill once again.
They just keep. They're just pushing. It feels like desperation at this point. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing. They're just throwing stuff at the wall.
Yeah, 7 rounds in, they found nothing. So it is getting desperate. It's making it sloppier. It's making it more difficult. And now, what do you do? 2 versus 4. Op shot missed. That could be an opening here. Trying to flash him out here. You have Padge waiting the apartments here, but look, so many players. Even if that op shot misses, you have so many more to fall back on. And that is going to be remissed. Falling down here. One of the pit, one of the site. Can't face them all. 30 seconds and Padge just going to fall from that M4. So a 7-0 start
would be wild if we went from a map that just ended in overtime, to a potential 13-0. I'm not going to jinx it, but this is at least a strong start. It's going to be a bit hard to claw back from a deficit like this. It's not impossible. It's very much doable. But they're just accelerating through everything. Perhaps very nice to get one, but oh, the utility does so much damage. Padgewadgies immediately backing off. There is only one player here, and he's getting a bit aggressive. They can absolutely push the smoke. Padgewadgies. They're gonna stuck into the edge. Oh, looking the wrong way. And it's another man disadvantage. Padgewadgies. Remus? I think Remus has slipped through though. So he's gonna slowly try and work out. Has he been spotted? He just tucked himself in. Ooh, they don't consider it. I'm just trying to get the bomb plant down, but the nades there blows it open, and Jake catches Haptic with his pants down. 8-0.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, what do you even do here? It's just been. I'm trying to figure out how to get this for them. It has just been very quick. They've been losing the instant moments here. They've always been at a disadvantage. It feels like they've never really pulled out of the first 30 seconds, minute of a round without losing a player and falling behind for the most part. And these last 4 rounds, they need to figure out how to mitigate that.
Yeah, there was one round where they had a man advantage post plant on B, but even then, the health disadvantage. I feel like they've just been suffocated. It's also very telegraphed with their moves. Ogre's down in prominence. They just put a free kill on Haptic. It's bad to worse instantly. A double swing out mid, and it's done. This round's done already. This is an op shot. Feels so confident. You're just fighting the people.
Now, round number 10, they're forcing up here with the best that they can, but the best they have is Gallows and Mac 10s, but maybe they want to speed it up. Although they have been playing faster already, so I don't know if more pace is necessarily the answer, but perhaps the last 3 rounds and a half you can try to catch something here. Already smoked towards mid to try to block off some sidelines, and looking like they just want to run it fast. Oh, missed flash is going to be detrimental, at least in their own minds, but the real problem is they're running out into the gunfire of Jake. Liam falls, but the rest of them turn towards long, turn towards the arches. They take that first. They're not ready for the second. They get the refrag, though. They're down into a 3 versus 3. They have a position where they can potentially get the bomb plant. I don't know if you expect the third on this straight away here. You are at least wary of it. Shots firing, though. Zombinator deals a lot. Gets 1 kill into the 3 versus 2. 1 low HP player.
Volley this. That just feels.
only hollowed first oranges, so I actually think he could have stayed. They're ready though. That Mac 10 is going to basically be locked out of the round, and the off finds Padge. Basically needs an insta kill with a Mac 10, and he's not going to be able to do it. Does a lot of damage though, but the time is just not there either. They haven't ticked it down enough. The CTs push on in. They find double digits in the first half of the game, and they are happy as ever.
The money's just so comfortable as well. They're living life. What every single player apart from Jane is above 10,000 left over. Everyone Padgewadgies is still fighting for scraps, it feels like. Oh, they push it down. It's one kill before trader, but Brandon just okay. They pull it back. Padgewadgies spamming that. The 2v2. And the good thing about this is it doesn't mean that. Well, catch me if you can, or I'm gonna have to split up. Good smoke to delay, but oh well, that's very telling. No.
They were 1 versus 2. He does have an AK, but he's so locked out here. Flash will force them to slow. Taps the bomb.
You will get 1v1.
Swing around, but the 1v1 does not go his way. Dazed with the op is going to take him out. And that is 11-0 start.
It's not even 11-0 start. It's just 11-0.
Yeah, it's just where we are.
Oh, more banana aggression, and all the cheese are going that way. Not again. Dominator.
Yeah.
1.
My Flash is just going to try to take the fights here. Zombinator is going to be only good for 1, but it's backed up there by Brandon. Trades go even until that nade deals so much damage. Now into the 2 versus 3. They're going to try to slow them up here. Yeah, they're throwing all the Molotovs at the situation. But that is going to be the round and the half, going entirely the way of Cash Me If You Can. 12-0.
If there is even any hope of a comeback, it has to be this round. Otherwise, the game is, well, quite literally over. If they can do anything. Slow start here. They're going to be pushing down, taking the fight towards them. Ooh, knife out of optic. This will be traded out after the initial pick. Fast hit. A banana. No.
Oh,
no, not like
not
this.
the
Padgewadgies.
Imagine seeing that first game and then seeing a potential 13-0 come out of the feed. 3 versus 2. 1 towards CT, 1 towards Banana. Just trying to take these fights here. They don't even have the bomb planted. Just now they've done it. Yeah, this is the best situation,
no.
but hits the head, trying to jump over as well. Just insult to injury here. But on the other side of that, the CT side, we see the dualies do their damage. And now, from Banana, from CT, it's just 1 remaining in Dazed, who's hiding behind the site. Both of them are low. He takes his first shot. He takes the second. And that is a 13-0. We go from a 16-12 game to a 13-0 one. That's crazy. Same map, or not same map, same match, different map, same teams, but a completely separate outcome.
Last game, I was in shock of how that last round of that map went. This map, I am in shock for the exact same reason, how that last round went. Looked so good, but it falls so quickly. A half six falling out the knife. It's so deep already.
Yeah, that's from a long one to a quick one. Complete whiplash of gaming, but Catch Me If You Can just played so much of a better game there. I think there was the confidence there. Even in that pistol round, we see just them going so aggressive there and it working because they're the ones hitting the shots. They're the ones doing the work. And it's heartbreaking for Padgewadgies, who brought a phenomenal game to Cash as well. Seeing what they are able to do on their own time, it's a difficult one to swallow, but in the end, that is going to be a 2-0 victory for Catch Me If You Can in the best of two.